Hi everyone, it's Connie Elaine. Hope you're having a great week. Well, this week, as temperatures are warming up and we're heading into summer, I wanted to talk to you guys about using these cute new pedicure sets that came out. I have Hibiscus Kiss here, and it's that pink and orange ombre with hibiscus flowers as well as white glitter. And it matches the white glitter in our set Couldn't Care It Less that came out in our spring line. So I used both of those for my manicure and pedicure this week. I'll have a final look of both at the end, so stay tuned for that. But I show just how to apply, did a super easy mani this week. However, I know that some people are intimidated by these pedicure sets just because they're a little bit different shape, they're a little wider, and then the shape's slightly different. However, it's the same sort of formula, so it's easy to apply just like you do the other nail strips. And I also highlight how I do my thumbs last. Might have to give that another look, but like I said, try to grab that because I was asked recently, well, if you do your thumbs last, how do you do the last one? So I just use the cuticle pusher. You'll see that in the video, and thanks for watching.
Alright, so Hibiscus Kiss, Couldn't Care It Less. Take them out of the package. The pedicure sets have this cute footprint on them, and they're slightly different sized and shaped. They're also not double-sided like our regular strips, so I have Couldn't Care It Less behind here, but the white glitter pattern is actually the same. So they have a perforation to tear. I always use scissors to cut them open just because my hands they struggle. I have nerve damage in my leg and my hands from being in the army. So here's Hibiscus Kiss. I'm just comparing the strip to Couldn't Care It Less, one of our regular size strips. So if you take it out, you'll see, like I said, different size, different shaping. So same formula still works. So I'm going to start with Couldn't Care It Less. I always take my strips and pull them out and pull off what I'm going to use, or what I think I'm going to use anyway. Sometimes it changes. And then put the rest in the sleeve. And then, so here I was debating because that, not the smallest strip, which I use for 2 of my little toes, but the next smallest strip I can actually use for my pinky and my index finger. Everybody has different size nails, different size nail beds. That's totally normal. And then this Hibiscus Kiss, I was debating if I'm going to turn it sideways for the ombre or just leave it as is. So I'm pulling that off. I already used the biggest strip for my big toe actually and did my pedicure. And then I'm just matching up other strips to see what I want to use for what nail. You can always have bigger and take off the excess. And then if it's slightly too small, they do stretch a little bit, but you don't want to overstretch and crack your strips. So here I have Couldn't Care It Less. And I'm using, like I said, that next to smallest size. And I'm putting the smaller end on my pinky finger. And then I use the wider edge. There I grab my cuticle pusher. It has a rubber tip. And then once I push it down and perforate the edge, then I'm going to use the other side of the strip for my index fingers. So here you go. It once you actually tack it, it doesn't come off. So you just push it down, smooth it out. I try to get all the edges super smooth. And then I like to leave my strips just a little bit before I clean up the edges, just to make sure they're really adhered. So I have Couldn't Care It Less on is what I decided for my index and pinky. And then I'm going to take one of the ombre hibiscus strips from Hibiscus Kiss to put on my ring finger. Part of me wanted more orange, but part of me also, I do these late before I go to bed because 1, kids, 2, these strips finish curing overnight. They're 95% dry, but then, they don't get the creases in them, from your sheets with sleeping. So I like to do this late at night. It's when I'm least disturbed, so I'm tired. So sometimes I just want to throw these strips on and get to bed. If I get to start earlier in the day, then I will do something more complicated. But one great thing about these strips is it doesn't have to be complicated, and it still looks great, and it looks, like a salon finish, and I didn't have to do a whole lot. So these pedicure strips, like I said, are slightly different sized, but they're same formula. I'll re-tack my strip to the backing, but because I'm reversing it here, I'm cutting the top off, so I don't have as much to stick to the skin above my nail. So that's why I kind of lined it up to see, and then I just trimmed off the top, and then now I'm putting it on. And like I said, I don't want as much to clean off my skin. My skin is very sensitive. If you notice my ring finger on my right hand in this demo, it looks pretty red. That's actually pretty mild compared to when I used to go to the nail salon. My skin is so sensitive, and if I nick any little thing on my skin, it's just red, inflamed, or bleeding, and not a good look. But like I said, I've had far less issues with that doing my own manis and using this product with Color Street. So that's been a good thing. And then I just use my glass vial here to start cleaning up the edges. And like I said, I'll leave the strip here to just adhere to my nail real well before I clean up the edges. So I do one nail and then I'll go back to another one, as you can see. So it's not rocket science. It's just what I've decided works for me. I know some stylists and other people that use these strips like to just do it right away, but if I can leave it for a minute, I will. So here now I'm back to my middle finger, which I reversed that strip. I've got to get all this off my skin. It's not that big of a deal. Towards the end of this mani, I'll show you how I do my thumbs, because I always say do your thumbs last because your thumbs are tools. And here you can see how I'm doing or how I'm using, my thumbnail as a tool. So I just get all the nail polish off that doesn't cover my nail. Remember, if these strips are up over your cuticles, it will lift just like regular nail polish, because it is nail polish or any nail product as it grows out if it's on your cuticle or skin. So you don't want that. So I just get it off. I use my file to help me clean it up, and or my cuticle pusher or whatever works for you, and then clean it up and get going on to the next nail. So then once I get it all cleaned up, then I with this set, because it was just the one layer, then I use some Clear as Day here in a minute. So I actually use Clear as Day. Here I'm just filing up the edges of my nails. I'll perforate the edge real quick, and then I'll go back and really clean it up with the file. So it's pretty quick. And then I want to make sure it's off my cuticles, like I said, because if it grows out, I don't want it to lift. Like I said, that's a thing with any nail product. But then most of my nail strips, I wind up using Clear as Day over, because it is a cheaper option. It's a solid color pricing, but it comes with double the strips. And so it adds durability. It, has a high gloss finish, which I like. And then it helps my mani last. And I'm super hard on my nails between kids and dishes and dog, and when I do photography portraits, and or just having a rough day because my back's out. I'm just super hard on my nails. So I like the Clear as Day strips. I apply it over a lot of my nails, or a lot of my manis that I do, even my pedicures, because my kids like to go do different things. They want to go swim, they want to go to the beach. So even though I'm not as active, I'll still stick my feet in the pool or in the ocean, or, whatever. So here, the Clear as Day is definitely clear. It doesn't have a color shift to it. It has a high gloss finish. So if you like that over our cream finish nails. And then you know, I just apply it the same way, clean up all my edges with my thumbnail. I always do my thumbnails last, even when I apply a second or however many layers I'm doing. So here you get to see more of my actual process when I do my manis. It's a little bit longer than I normally show you guys, but I was asked recently, like, how do you really do this? And if you do your thumbs last, what do you do? And so I literally do from pinky to index finger, or sometimes pinky and then index, and then the middle ones like this. And then I go and apply the clear over. And then now, once I have my other 8 nails done, I start to do my thumbs. And I do, since I'm a right hand dominant person, which is funny, I was blessed with 2 boys that are left hand dominant out of our 4, but then I always do my left thumb first. And I wanted a little bit more orange, but I don't like to mess around a lot with my thumbs, and these pedicure strips are slightly wider than the normal strips, so I already have a little bit to take off extra that I normally don't have to do. So I didn't want to mess around with more than what I was already doing. I like to keep my thumbs fairly simple. I mean, that doesn't always happen. If you saw my Beauty and the Beast inspired look, go check that out on Instagram. The thumbs were a little extra there, but I love it. But in general, I try to keep my thumbs simple. So I just use the file. Somebody's like, oh, it's like a straight edge just to clean up the edge. I'm like, that's exactly right. It's like a kitchen tool, your file, but you're using it on your nails. So I just help clean up the edge that way before I pull off the excess, and that makes it definitely a bit easier. So I'm just getting the extra nail polish off. And so when I do my left thumb, I do everything with the polish first, and then clean up the edges, and then you'll see me go along here and actually put the clear as day over top first before I move on to my right thumbnail. So I'm just continuing to clean it up. My thumbs actually take me longer than the rest of my nails, just because I would say my right thumbnail actually, because it's slightly more difficult because I have to use a tool because I don't want to mess up my nail, but you'll see that here in a minute. It's not as good visual as what I hoped, so like I said in the intro, I'll probably have to revisit it, or maybe I'll do a video of just doing my thumbs for you guys. So here I'm applying the clear as day. This is a regular size strip, so the second largest strip fits my thumbnail. As long as I line it up straight pretty well, I don't have much excess to clean off at all. So so I use the regular strips for my manis and pedis a lot, but the pedicure strips are still an option. So that's why I wanted to show you guys that, and this white glitter and pink with some orange and hibiscus flowers is super cute for summer. It's really hot where I live now. It's been up 100, just over 100, just the past week or two. So it definitely feels like summer's here, even though it's not officially till I think another couple weeks in June here. But so then once I do my left nail, then I move on to do everything on my right nail that's absolutely last. And so I just line it up. My cuticle pusher is definitely a huge help here. You can use the wooden ones. I just sometimes I'm clumsy, so I like the rubber tipped one just because I don't tear my strip as easily as the wooden one for me. I know other people don't have an issue with this, and definitely you can get a clean edge with a wooden one really well, but I just use my file for that. As you can see here, I just go along the edges and the crease, and then along the end of my nail. If I have to, I'll do it along the very edge of my nail bed too. So then I just finish cleaning that up, and then, like I said, my right thumb probably takes me the longest to do, but it's my very last nail that I do for pretty much all of my manis. Sometimes some cuticle scissors work well just for slightly like getting that nail polish off the edge of your skin. I'm not trying to cut anything, I'm just trying to like scrape it off. And then I go back to the file and cuticle pusher. It's a lot more gentle on my skin. Like I said, I have super sensitive skin, always have. And when I used to leave the nail salon, my hands would be like bright red and bleeding pretty much every time. So that happens a lot less now. And so part of that's just me, but the fact that I can do my nails weekly and I have minimal issues is great. And then, like I said, the cuticle scissors are just great for sometimes just scraping the nail polish off more once I perforate it, especially on that last thumbnail. My thumbs are a little more durable, I think, than the rest of my nails too. But, or it's not my nails, it's the skin. My nails are fine. It's the skin around my nails. So super sensitive skin. I don't know who else has that issue. Have always had sensitive skin to everything, and so that's been great testing out our Color Street nail care products because it hasn't irritated my skin. I always have to check ingredients first for wheat or gluten because I have an allergy now that I've had my boys, and then my 2 younger boys have severe allergies to that, so we don't use anything like that in our household. So that was great, and it doesn't irritate my skin. I used the nail strengthener first before I applied this mani, and so far I'm pretty impressed. So here I'm just applying the last step with the Clear as Day over that last nail of mine. And I don't know if you could see, like I said, I'll probably revisit this, but I really use the cuticle pusher, the file, and the cuticle scissors to just take all the edges off. I'm not using my left thumbnail at all to clean up my nail because I don't want to mess up the nail that I just did. So it's definitely a pet peeve of mine to have any like wrinkles or glitches. So there you go.
Alright, well that was applying that Pedicure set Hibiscus Kiss as well as Couldn't Carat Less. Thanks everybody again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Go follow me on the other social media. And let me know again what your favorite pedicure set is, or if you've tried a pedicure set, what you think of them. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Bye!